Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Quirky Dorks podcast. It is Sunday, June 13th, 2021, and I am here again with Fiel Wilson, and
How you all doing?
yes, and we have a special guy here today.
I don't like how you said special, but I'm here.
We have many here today. It's just we just invite you on and it's just like, yeah, we have a special kid here today.
I'm here, folks. What's up?
We brought him from down the hall. Don't tell the teacher.
Yeah, I don't even have my hall pass, so I'm not even sure. You guys just like took me from the hall and like put me in this like weird room.
It's like when you see like the special ed kids like run down the hallway.
Can I see some ID first of this podcast? Like, is this even like legal? Nothing. I just want to see some ID.
But
All right.
for real. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Out of all three of us, which one's the alpha here?
What type of question is that? Of course it's me, bro. Come on, I'm a freshman in high school. You think I'm not gonna be an alpha?
I'm dead. That's funny.
Phil, do you believe in like or both of you, do you believe in like the alpha male like construct? Or like that there's betas and omegas and everything within like humans or us?
If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be here today, okay? I'm here to defend the honor of the beta, alpha, sigma, omega, zeta, theta, fucking whatever, male.
Uh, uh, yeah, I'm kind of iffy on it, you know. Beliefs, non-beliefs. I'm kind of iffy on it.
So do you think that there's like when you go in a social setting, do you think there's like one guy who's like dominates everything and it's an alpha and it's the ultimate alpha male?
No, I do not believe that at all because it's like one guy. He always looks like he's the toughest guy and stuff like that. But we all know like somewhere behind all that, muscle or whatever, he's a softie. So no.
It's just the rock.
It's like for real. Like he has a whole bunch of muscles. He's real intimidating. You know what I'm saying? But then a cat come around, and then he's scared of cats. He's like, he's a softie. You know what I'm saying? Or he like love watching romance movies or something. It's like, well.
What the fuck, dude? It's funny because it's true too. Like, not all of them, I wouldn't imagine, but I feel like the ones who like flex that they're strong and shit are always like that.
Yeah.
I don't like believe in it like hardcore, but I think like it only really happens with animals, not really humans, because we live in like a civilized society where we don't need like that whole mindset bullshit.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you meant to say grind set. That is the pure
My
alpha
bad.
male.
My bad. That is true. My bad.
I don't. It's so, because there's only like I feel like the people who believe in it all are one way. Like the kind of people who are believe in that are like really narcissistic, and of course if they believe in it, they're not gonna say that they're a beta male. If you believe in this, you think you're the alpha. It's like, no, kid. That's not how this works.
How do you like come clean of being a beta in the first place? Sorry to all my alphas and sigmas out there, but fuck, dude, I'm a beta. Like, how do you do that? Do you like make a video and then just like start roasting yourself in front of the community, or? Look at this fucking cut, G. Goddamn.
That seems like the best way to do it.
It's making a YouTube apology video that you're a beta male.
Yep.
There's just not really like a way to go about it that's just like everyone's alright. Like what even happens afterwards?
What?
Just like the whole community just fucking like ignores you and you just get placed in like this beta group? Like what? How do you become an alpha male in the first place?
Well, let's acknowledge again too. I'm speaking on this one video, Sigma Male, Sigma Nation, that this guy made. Feel If you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna show it to you. But he talks about the different breakdowns of like sigma males and alpha males, and that you can be a beta male and still be in shape and have money. Okay, there are many successful beta males who have money, women, and success, but that does not make you an alpha male.
Wait, but then what's like the thing? Is it just like what
An alpha
having?
male is like a lion. he conquers he conquers other men.
What? Wait.
How do you conquer other men? What?
Yeah, that's
These are not my words. These are the words from the video I'm referencing here. But the idea is that alpha men are successful men who are attractive money and are in shape that dominate over other men. And they like
okay
that
then.
dominating factor.
That seems like an abuser.
He's like an abuser.
That's exactly what that is.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah, it just sounds really fucking dumb. I mean, maybe there's some truth in this, but I think that just makes you an asshole if you're just like constantly trying to control
Exactly.
everyone around you.
Now, Minnie, you've locked onto the idea of what an alpha male is. An alpha male is a successful man who is an asshole.
So Dan Blazarian.
Huh?
Dan Blazarian.
Yes. You can be a man who doesn't give a damn. That's what an alpha is, not caring.
Like the fucking tallest kid in school. He's like the fucking tallest kid in the school and always thinks he can whoop your ass. That's
Wait, so
exactly
then
what it is.
what's a sigma then?
A sigma male is an alpha male who doesn't need to other people.
So this is really confusing.
Yeah, isn't that just a beta male then?
Do you highlight the problem is that I'm highlighting? There is no sigma male. It's basically incels or people who feel insecure who make this extra tier above alpha males. Basically, the mindset of like nice guys finish last. It's like
Wait, I just realized. Hold on. The top is the alpha males, right?
Yes.
But the sigma males are just betas hiding to be better.
yes. Now you've
Alpha male.
highlighted what they are.
I see. Okay.
And the funniest thing is, this isn't. I don't believe in this construct of like alpha and beta within like us, like social groups. I think it's stupid.
Why not, dude? It's perfect. I don't see any issues with it. Fuck, I'm gonna start going around controlling everybody I see, dude.
Conquering other men.
That's funny.
Walk around, just fucking yell "conquered" in their face, like when you're done. What's up, man? Nice to meet you. Conquered, dumbass. Get the fuck out of here.
Dominated, owned. Get out of here, kid. That's not real alpha stuff. Then you watch all the YouTube videos, which, let's be real, it's not even the fact that people believe in this or like people make these types of videos. I mean, it's like the amount of a large following it carries of people who have this
Yeah.
idea that this exists, and that it's really misogynistic too.
Mhm.
Like, Phil, have you seen like those top 15 ways and you're an alpha and you
Yes.
can subdue a woman?
I see that every day on TikTok.
Oh, it's on TikTok too? I didn't even know.
Oh my god. It is all around TikTok. They have like courses and stuff like, oh my god. It is just, it's funny. They will have like classes and stuff like that. You could be sitting up here like, what?
The funniest shit is the people who actually buy it. I
Yeah,
feel like
for
you can
real.
make such a fortune just telling people that like all you have to do is just be a dickhead, and they'll give you like money for it too.
I've seen one.
I'd fucking become one of them, dude.
You'd
you
become
kidding me?
a sigma male.
Of course. I'd become. You know what? No, you know what a sigma male is? Just someone who fucking makes money off other people's stupidity.
That
Yeah,
is a sigma
yeah.
male.
Why isn't Why isn't that the new definition of Sigma male?
Someone who scams people, a con artist.
Exactly, he
Exactly
fucking
what
conned
it is.
people.
There's so many videos I've seen, and like always, one of the rules that they tell you is act like you don't care. Women don't like someone who's who cares about them.
Who's compassionate and cares about
Oh, that is so true. That is true though. I seen this video on TikTok, and it was like this guy was like just the nicest guy, real cool, but this girl didn't like him, so he changed his whole personality, being an asshole, you know, had no job, you know what I'm saying, was sleeping in his mama's basement, and then the girl fell for him. It was the funniest shit in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, but I don't understand that then because don't you want someone who's like stable, not I feel like you're going after the wrong person if you're like trying to get someone who like wants someone who's like sleeping in their mom's basement, you know? Like you probably shouldn't be like going after that. Probably
But
the
that's the funny thing about it. It's like the nice guys never get them, but then the guys who's basically fucking dumbass
Why don't girls like
are
nice
the
guys
ones
like
they.
me? I don't get it.
It's like the bum. It's like the bum on the street gets all the girls basically, but then the guy who's like has good money and stuff like that, who's doing something with his life, a fucking lawyer. If he's like a fucking lawyer or doctor, nah, he's not my type. But this guy's
honestly,
a bum on the street. I like him.
I think to be honest, eventually like someone's gonna come along if you're like living that lifestyle, someone's gonna come along that's like gonna like value you.
Hmm.
Especially if you're like a lawyer and everything. I don't think you should be valuing relationships that just like have you or have like basically make you a bum in order to value yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty silly.
I think that's like what I'm highlighting. It's really one of the issues with that is so many like young guys look at this and it's like, yes, this is what all women want.
I am the Sigma in the room right now. I am that guy, pal.
It's just it's because it's so wrong. And then you know when they like approach women and have bad situations, like oh she was a bit like like come on dude,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa, whoa man. Like it's never
Yeah.
their fault for why they can't get in relationships, and it's just all women's fault, and that all women are materialistic, and it's not right.
Or you ever hear the old a guy walk up to a girl trying to get her number. She doesn't give it to him. Like, well, you ugly anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Don't all nice guys do that in the first place? Like, what's up, baby girl? You got like the makeup and shit on. Like, oh my god. And then like they get rejected and then just fucking change face immediately. It's so
Fuck
goofy.
that. Like your ugly ass anyway.
I didn't
Yeah.
like you. I'm a true Sigma anyway. I make more money
Well, I
than
like-
you.
I like ugly bitches anyways, so yeah. Like,
I don't need women. I'm a true Sigma. I'm on that grind set. I'm working towards. I make 6 figures a year.
I pledge allegiance to the bag.
Oh, you couldn't get on my level. I'm after that bag every day.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand. I wake up at 3 a.m. like Casey Neistat. And then grind.
That's always the
I feel like
highlight
that would be
too.
like.
Wake up early.
Yeah. They always feel like they get shit done like faster or whatever, but on like before people get up. But like, how long on average are you actually like staying up longer than other people? Because it only works like, say for example, you wake up at like fucking I don't know 8 a.m.
Mhm.
and then you work till like 5 p.m. or something, right?
Yeah.
You're still like only working like I don't know how many hours that is, but like you're still only working like that many hours. Even if you wake up at like 3 and then you get like that same amount of hours, then you're still only like, you know, working that many hours.
But
It doesn't like change.
you're missing the idea though of like these people are up before everyone else are. They're grinding when other people aren't.
Is that what it is?
Yes. It's the feeling of other people aren't working right now, but I am. I'm on that grind cycle.
Oh wow. Here's something. So I'm in class right now. I'm in school right now, and I'm learning economics and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And about the stock market. And so my teacher is always saying that the stock market opens at a certain time, and that's when business opens up. That's when basically your money comes in. And so he's like, if you're not up before the stock market is up, then you're wasting your life. And he says that every class.
When does he wake up?
When does he wake up?
I have no fucking clue.
He's a Sigma male.
I think like the stock market opens up at like 8 o'clock. School starts at 8 o'clock. Fucking, I'm pretty sure on the weekends he probably sleeps till like fucking 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think that's the most ironic thing. All of these channels just give misinformation to young men, and they capitalize off of lonely and insecure guys.
Yeah. It's just so crazy to me how like easy it is to fool people these days.
Mm.
Like, oh, look at me, I can grow fucking, or sorry, not grow. I can like make this whole channel just based off like fucking calling people like different types of fucking terrible or different types of asshole. I mean,
10 ways to improve your alpha male smile.
how to make those girls love you.
How to make girls
The worst part is that we're actually probably like listing actual titles of like actual videos.
It's true. It's true.
I could just 10 ways your kiss isn't alpha enough.
10 ways to make sure your kid doesn't grow up to be a little bitch.
10 ways to make sure your kid grows up to become a man.
To be a sigma.
To be a
To
sigma.
be a sigma male.
To be the ultimate sigma male.
Yep.
I don't know. It's progressively gotten funnier the more I've talked about it because it's so dumb, and there's so many people who believe it. And the sad part is, we probably at one point watched one of these videos unironically. I'm like, oh, okay. They get a good thumbnail in there, and they think it's it's like a video essay.
They gotta get like porn up in the title and shit too, just to make sure they get the extra views.
Mm-hmm. They have like the girl in the bikini, like this 5 women you can have.
5 women you can just own. 5 women you can have right now. 5 women you can tame at this very moment.
And they hit that. I'm gonna give you step-by-step directions. Now I got the sexiest girl in the world.
Shut out those like dating coaches. Like, how do you even become a dating coach?
I
Oh.
always wondered that.
Do you just like focus on other people's like drama? You're like, bro, what'd she say? What'd she say? I'm like, she like asked if I want head. And it's like, yeah, bro, take that offer right now. You're never gonna get that in your life. You're a beta male. Look at you. Never again will you get that offer.
Phil, did you say you wanted to be a dating coach?
I said I want to know how they become a dating coach. Like, what's the like the training like what's the qualifications to become a dating coach? That's one thing I really want to know.
You
I don't
need
think
to
there
have
is
been
any.
dumped once, and then never
What's the
recovered.
qualification?
You didn't recover from a breakup. That's how you become a dating coach.
Dude, imagine being like a single dating coach. That'd be so sad.
I mean, isn't that majority of them? Isn't that the
That
ironic
is
part?
so
That they're
true. That
single?
is.
No, I mean like think about it, right? Like number 1, you get dumped. Number 2, you become a dating coach. Number 3, you have to spend your entire like your whole living is just like seeing other people like succeed in their relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to attend all these weddings and stuff.
The guy's like, dude, thanks, man. Like secretly, like that girlfriend's like he probably thinks like, or if you're like a dating coach, you probably like think that secretly like girlfriend's yours in some way.
It's just
I wouldn't-
sipping for other men's girlfriends.
Like I wouldn't see like any like what do you like say to become a dating coach? That like I think I have the same questions as like Field does.
What do you say to become a dating coach? I mean, here, let's get this scenario right. I'm a dating coach.
Oh,
Client comes in, it's like, man, I just don't understand. I've been trying to talk to this girl forever. I just don't get it. Well, are you wearing a Rolex right now? No.
are you grinding at this current moment?
Are you grinding?
What are you doing with your life? Better yourself.
Will you be grinding later today?
Are you making six figures?
Are you the richest man in the world?
Are you?
What is the plan for the future?
And if you're not, then that's your problem.
Did you invest in Bitcoin?
In 2012, did you invest in Bitcoin in 2012?
You're not grinding hard enough, kid.
If you're not on Reddit, fucking Wall Street right now, Wall Street bets, I don't want to hear it, okay?
Oh my god.
If you are not driving a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce, then that's your problem.
There's this one guy, I don't know if I remember the name, but he like created like a YouTube channel and a website for like how to give different girls like the right kiss. Like if you're a man,
Oh,
I
I
can
think
show
I
you the
remember.
10 or 15 different kissing techniques to win over a woman or to make any woman instantly fall in love with you. And then like you click on his website and it's like a 30-minute video essay of trying to sell you this like program that teaches you how to kiss, and it's like $100.
$100 kissing lesson, bro.
And then
That's all that
you can
is.
get like additional packages that are like, I think it can go up to like $1,000 on his website to teach men how to get women to fall in love with them.
Bro, $1,000. Like, you ever heard the thing, or the saying, teach a man how to, or give a man a fish, he like eats for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Give a man, or teach a man how to fish, he like eats for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but with women.
So, so, what's the analogy here?
Women are fish. That's the analogy.
You give a man a woman, he only enjoys it for a day. But if you teach a man how to get all the women,
Yeah, I think that's what they're like going for right now. These like channels. Teaching a man how to fish for women, essentially.
but it's so wrong, and they don't.
Yeah, I know it is. They just keep doing it because of the money, dude. I told you, they pledged allegiance to the bag. There's no going back.
And then like I know there's people out there like all men want this, and it's one thing, and it's disgusting. And then it's just a scene of like Alpha M.
Yeah. What the fuck is with that guy, by the way? I don't want to call him sad or anything, but it's just like the YouTube channel. It's just like every single video is just about like an insecurity that I think he has, or that he might think like somebody else. Like I don't fucking know, dude. It's so weird.
Okay. It's just Alpha M. We should watch one of Alpha M's videos.
Yeah, we should do it. Should we do it right now? I'm done. I might get like a copyright strike, so I guess we just like react and then give our like opinions.
Yeah,
Just say
yeah.
which one we're reacting.
So also I think Phil has to go. He has to go to work.
Or all these channels do is just sponsor something, right?
Mhm.
And then after they're done sponsoring it, they just go shit on like a bunch of people and like what they're like and their styles, and then just call them shit.
You know, a real alpha male, dude. I am. I'm getting all this money from Vincero.
So fucking dumb. Why isn't this like on like some fucking 5 easy ways to make a bunch of money? Like somewhere on there. What the fuck?
But I bet you there is. We just didn't look at all of them. But channels
Yeah,
like
probably
Alpha
not.
M is I can't believe that exist. I'm amazed.
They just make so much money off of like basically doing nothing.
Oh, they're doing something. They're giving people advice, real man advice.
Only real men. All right, should we switch up the topics here or talk about like?
Yes, we've been on Alpha Male for like an hour, almost an hour. I used to have topics already written down to record these,
Mm-hmm.
and after like the first like maybe like six we did, they ran out, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of don't really know what I want to do, or I know my podcast doesn't really have like a clear idea of what it is besides everyone being that's been on our teens.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't really know what I want to really what direction I want to take the podcast in, because I kind of wanted to have it be like what teens are doing like career wise, but not make it
Mm-hmm.
all like boring. But
Yeah.
more just about like what like our perspective on things and how we like go through life and like what are we plan on doing. Cause the original person I was gonna record this podcast with, she couldn't do it. Her schedule didn't work, and we're the
Mm-hmm.
ones that came up with the name. And we were gonna do it about like acting and art and like kind of more centered around our hobbies. But
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of evolved into something else because I didn't want to keep saying, "Hey, I'm gonna start a podcast at some point," and then never doing it. You know,
Yeah.
I just if I want to do something, I want to I want to start it. I don't want to keep saying maybe and then never get an opportunity to be able to do it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Um,
I guess moral of the story to like finish that topic off, just fucking believe in you. Don't let someone else like choose your self value if that makes sense.
yeah, and then also so that like don't change yourself for other people and be an asshole. Look, there is no alpha and beta. Look, if you're confident in yourself, then you're fine. You're gonna have someone in your life at some point. Just don't rush it and be yourself, and you'll be all right. And, I imagine a lot of middle schoolers watch those videos too.
Yeah, how to get the fucking Jesse from down the street. How to how to pick up chicks.
we all, I think a lot of people have looked that up.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, really. Like honestly, I think all like girls really want from my like very limited view is just for them to like be cared about and for them they just like want to have fun, right?
It's not even
And
like
for them to be
they,
cared about.
like, just people in general just want to feel loved and.
Yeah, that's true. I think as long as like you're just like making sure they have laughs, but also making sure that like they know that you care about them, then you're fine.
Yeah. What is Minnie doing when he's not on that grind set?
I am actually my life is very not interesting like at this right now. As soon as summer starts, it's gonna get very, very busy. But for right now, it's very boring. I just either play games, sleep, or go to school. That's really about it.
Mm.
But as soon as summer starts, I'm planning to get in like stock markets and stuff, and then get further into. I don't know, just try to like I have like this whole list of things that I wanted to do,
Hey,
and I wanted to find ways to like make money like without working, if that was even possible.
there's a lot of
See if
ways.
they're like yeah, see if that's even like a way to do it, and if it is, um, then just like when it like if I can find a way. So my whole like thing behind it was like my whole thought process behind it was like if I can't work or if I just like really don't feel like it, I still have ways to make money.
Yeah.
Um, without like having to go to work and like work for someone else. Basically, just like work for myself, so to speak.
Okay. You don't want to work every day. Not every day, but
Um,
like all the time.
I mean, like if something comes up and I can't, or maybe there's like a better opportunity for me to just like make money by myself rather than actually work for somebody else,
Okay.
I'd probably take that offer.
Yeah.
But I think everybody would. I would just like to be able to like see what I can do just by myself without like having to work for somebody else, I guess. If that makes sense. I don't know if it
Oh
does.
no, yeah, I get that. Um, I don't know. I guess like, would you want to get to a point where, or let's say this, I know the perfect way you can not work and make money.
What might that be?
You could make how to be an alpha male YouTube channel
I could do that, yeah.
and
I
make
very much could
millions of
do that.
dollars. I think me and Gene talked about this in the podcast, like the one that we recorded. But if you had an opportunity and like your YouTube channel like blew up out of nowhere, would you like pursue it and rock with it, or
Yeah, I probably would. Just to see where it goes. Honestly, where the fucking roads lead me to, I guess. Not really for any other reason than just that. I just want to see like what I can do by myself. I don't. I mean, if I do have to, I don't mind working for somebody else. But at the same time, I just don't see myself working every single day for the rest of my life. It just sounds very boring.
yeah? You sound like so. Would you make? Would it be fair to say that you can't do the same thing for long periods of time?
Um, yeah, I would say so. Unless I'm like super interested. Like I'm very. I don't have like a lot of. What's the word? For me personally, whenever I'm like doing something, for things I enjoy, I have like infinite energy, but for the things I don't enjoy, I just like I can't do them for long periods of time. Like
Okay.
it's very boring for me and kind of stresses me out to a certain extent. But
Hmm. I don't know because I think, and then to that, Gene's follow up question was like, if you had an opportunity like J Station or like one of those like bad reaction channels, would you go all out and make that kind of content to get paid?
no, I would hate my own shit. I could not do it. Like I feel like if I did have that opportunity, I would go under a serious rebranding and just make like or either that or just make like a second channel where I do what I want to do.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
think doing that is like I think just like what Jay Station's doing, he's only doing it for the money. But
Mm-hmm.
if he had the choice, he would just switch like to doing shit that he actually wants to do. But right now, I don't blame him. Like it's easy money, you know. I don't think anyone would blame him. If I was in his position, I'd fucking do the same shit, right? But it's like so much money that he's making that it just doesn't make sense to like throw it away. So I wouldn't throw it away either. I would just like change up what I'm doing on a second channel.
Yeah. But then you also, I feel like it's this weird segment of we have an abundance of bad content because of that. We're
Well, then
not,
eventually something will change on
yeah.
YouTube, right?
I'm not saying that it's all content, but I don't know. You have this abundance of bad content because people can make money off of it quickly.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what YouTube is, just people making what they want to make, right? Doesn't matter if it's shitty or if it's like good.
True, true. And I think kind of maybe we've gotten spoiled with having free content like that.
Hmm. But at the same time, if someone wants good content, then they could just make it themselves. They don't like. It's like not. I wouldn't say it's not fair to say, but like truly, if you want good content, you could just make it yourself, right?
Yeah, but I
Or just
guess,
like make content that you would enjoy. But I don't know.
yeah. But I mean, I guess people do want, like, people want to be successful and make money off of the content that they want to make, ideally. That's like the dream thing.
Yeah.
I think people have kind of gotten forced to be in boxes of doing things they don't want to do, which is why we find ourselves, hence, in the TikTok fame loop. Uh, uh,
Yeah, I think the whole like TikTok and Musically have been like the same thing for like ever, right?
yeah.
I think with that though, it's just like another way of like making money and making like music and shit, or not music, sorry, and just like it's just like another way to make money. I think that's all it is
Hmm.
to a lot of people, but other people it's just like for the fame. I think a lot of kids want a lot of fame, but they don't really see how like negative that is for them. It's like I wouldn't say like I know that it's negative, but for me personally, it would stress me the fuck out having all of like that responsibility all the time.
What of having
Of just
a
like
YouTube
having
channel
to
or?
like care about my like yeah, like people watching my every move and like the fucking having like paparazzi around me. It's just like too much for me.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel bad for like Charlie D'Amelio and them because they're like 16 and have that level of fame and are being like
Yeah,
harassed by the media like 24/7. It's terrible. Like these are kids,
yeah.
fam. Like what did Charlie D'Amelio say about this? Like come on.
Like I don't know who actually gives a fuck about like what a 16-year-old thinks about something. Like if you went back in time like maybe like 10 or so years and you just asked like some random person, would you ever care about what a 16-year-old had to say about some stupid fucking thing that like nobody actually cares about? Like 100% of them would say no because like no one
But the
actually
caveat
cares, right?
is she attractive? Yes. Then a flock of gross 40-year-olds.
She's 16. Yeah. Guys, come on. She's 16.
That's the thing though, like I don't know. TikTok kind of breeds that.
Yeah. Dude, not to mention the amount of weird fucking pedophiles like on those types of websites. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty bad.
It's so gross too. Especially with like the whole Me Too movement thing. You really got to see like how fucking many like pedophiles there really were in media,
Oh,
you
it's
know?
rampant. Yeah, entertainment is it's rough.
It's so sad too. Like a lot of people who like you watch when you're younger just like all of a sudden are these fucking gross ass people.
And then you find out that what's his face, Mini Lad does, and it's like, man,
Yeah.
like come on.
I that's why I had to stop being Minnie because originally I'm like you'll hear Gene like call me Minnie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that's what my old name was. But like I just like as soon as I heard that I was like, all right, time for a name change. We're not doing this.
Do you still no longer want to be called Mini, or kind of want to have that trend moved over?
Um, it's not that like it reminds me of like Mini Lad or whatever. I just like I don't know. I think people like when they hear Mini, they'll just like think of that. So I just don't want that.
Yeah.
And also fuck that guy too. Honestly, like he left like this whole group. You could tell he was like butthurt that like they don't care about him anymore or whatever. And then he like fucks up like that big. Like let's be honest here, okay? You have like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And just because you're horny, you fucking decide to like ruin your whole like not ruin. It's probably better that they're out of the thing. But like, if you were
Yeah.
smart, why the fuck would you even like do this to yourself? Because you really the only person you're fucking over is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you get like lucky or unlucky, depending on how you see it, then you're just fucking over like some innocent little kid that like wants fame also, right? Or like wants to be noticed by you. So you're just fucking them over.
Yeah, it
But like,
is.
honestly, like, there's nothing good about it that comes out of it. Like, you know, like you lose your whole fucking thing for like what, like 3 seconds of what, like just like this, like I don't know. It's so fucking dumb. Although I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of glad that they're not that smart. They just fucking follow whatever feelings they have
Mm-hmm. Like I don't
because
really
then
know
they're
like the
out
whole
of
relationship with like Vanos and them and that whole issue. It's kind of weird, but
yeah. I think Terrorizer talked about it and he was just like, yeah, no, fuck that guy. Because they like invite. I can't remember. I honestly don't really care that much about drama that much, but it's just so sickening, like people who you once look up to, you just do all this stupid shit to themselves.
yeah. And that's why you can't idolize people. It brings back to
Hmm.
the question though: could you still enjoy their content even though you know that they've done stuff like that?
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting question. I think it was like someone said the same thing about R. Kelly too. Like, could you, even though he like pissed on little kids, would you even be able to like enjoy this content?
See, even
You
though he
know,
just he even though he like pissed on kids, can you still listen to "I Believe I Can Fly"?
which is an interesting like it's an interesting question, but like you gotta like ask yourself, is the like topic even like worth watching? Like mini lads shit, like I don't even think like UK stuff is that good, to be honest with you. Because this was like back in like 2014 when all they did was just like make fucking Gary's Mod like fart videos or some shit. I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
But like I would say like that's only like fun for like a young kid, right? Like I don't think I'd see myself watching that right now. Unless it was like for old time's sake or something.
I mean, I still
But for
enjoy
the
some of
most
their
part, I
older
just
content, you know. And like when Mini
yeah, no, don't
Lads.
get me wrong, but like
Oh, what were you
yeah,
gonna
go on.
say?
I was just gonna say about like strictly mini lad stuff. No, I don't think I'd watch his stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if it was something better, like maybe like a music that I really liked, then yeah, maybe I'd listen to it. But it would have like a certain stigma to it or stigma
Yeah.
that I just couldn't get over.
So I think, because I think a lot of people, like in my family, or I've had this conversation with other friends, like where's kind of the line drawn with being able to enjoy like people who've done that's content, you know?
The thing is that like I think you should just like separate the music from the artist. Like it sounds kind of bad just to like let them off the hook, but you're not really letting them off the hook. Like maybe they just drop like a mixtape that's fire, right? But they're like
Hmm.
their whole like life or what they've been doing in their life has just been like trash,
I guess the
you know?
argument also is too, you're still financially supporting the person.
I mean, it depends because like you could just like pirate the music,
Oh,
you
I
know.
guess.
But like at that point, if you're just like supporting them and if you're truly worried about that, you probably just like don't watch it. You just like listen to like somebody else's like upload of it or something
Well,
because it means
I think I'm more highlighting not necessarily like networks taking down a show, but more socially people being socially like ostracized for saying that they like
oh
certain people.
like cancel culture. Like what are my thoughts on cancel culture?
Not even more that. Like, okay, let's say like let's bring it back to R. Kelly, right? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
uh we know we everyone knows he's done it at this point, right? But let's
Mm-hmm.
say, you have someone in your family who's been affected by things that R. Kelly has done. And because of
Mm-hmm.
that, you don't personally like R. Kelly. You don't like him. You're not going to listen to his music. You don't want to support him. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's your choice. But you then proceed to continue to tell other people that you can't listen to his music because he's canceled. Because I don't like, not necessarily that they don't like it, but that we don't want to support him, and you're wrong or a bad person for supporting his music because he did those things.
Then I think that's just a personal problem. I think people, since we have like free will and shit, I think people like no matter who they are, they'll just like do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I think like if you can't get over that fact that people play whatever they want, listen to whatever they want, believe whatever they want, and you just can't really like you can't live in this like society, right? You just have to like not necessarily surround yourself with people that like agree with you, but you just have to like be like aware of the fact that not everyone's gonna listen to you. So just because one person agrees that like you can't listen to R. Kelly, then another person will agree. That's not how it works, you know. You just have to like I don't know. You just like if you hear R. Kelly and it affects you that much, just like put earbuds in and listen to something else.
But
You
yeah,
know?
like people should have the personal choice of being able to choose those things. Um,
Yeah.
the only time I don't like, because it gets in a censorship of not having what people's content is. Like, why are we removing old movies and TV shows from the '70s that has offensive stuff in it? Again, these movies came out in the '70s. Like,
Yeah, I feel like at that point you're just like ruining history, you know?
the climate is
Like
different.
obviously like,
You know?
yeah, I think if anything you should just be like, hey man, this is how we were in the past. Look at us now, you know, this is like we're progressing, you know, we're not as racist, we're not as like blah blah blah, whatever,
Yeah.
you know? I think it's more beneficial to keep those around rather than just to remove them because now we have examples to show people of how to not be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, rather than how to be. But I think us just like removing that content just like fucks it over. Because what if there's like a really good movie, like say like 20 years down the line, some fucking guy like watches like Django Unchained or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't like how like Leonardo DiCaprio says like the N word like 10,000 times in that movie or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh, we're gonna remove this film." Like that movie's fucking amazing, right? Number one, it shows like the story of this slave that just like is bought out of slavery and is now his own free man,
Right.
and he goes around with this bounty hunter, right? That helps him. That doesn't agree with like what people are doing to like black people, right? And then he gets revenge on like the people who like were slaves to him, and he gets his wife in the end, right? So it's just like this like, and he fucking blows up Candyland, which was like the main villain's like area or his like house. Like that movie's sick as fuck. Like how do you not like love that movie, right? It might have like some racist words in there or whatever. I think every movie, no matter, I mean, there might be exceptions to this, but no matter how bad it is, I think it should be around because at the end of the day, movies are around to tell stories, you know,
Yeah.
and like you can choose not to like the story, you can choose to hate the story, you can choose to whatever, right? But I think it should be around because as long as it's not like seriously fucking over something, I don't know what it would fuck over. Um, but as long as it's like not doing anything like really really bad to
As long as it's not
I guess
like encouraging
environment.
people to do those like things.
Yeah.
It's a
If it's
movie,
just
it's
telling the
fiction.
story and that's it, yeah. If it's just telling the story and that's it, then keep it, keep it. There's no reason to remove it. You know.
I don't know. We're going this it's a weird time.
I think it's just weird. I think it's just like people don't know. Like as soon as one person says something that sounds like remotely bad, then everyone just jumps on it and calls it really bad.
And because people also want to get the attention of I called out that this was wrong. Look how much of a hero I am.
Yeah, it's just so. I don't want to say like boring, but it's almost predictable. Like what things, how bad things get. I don't know.
Like
It
just
just it just feels so boring. That's all.
yeah, like I sometimes look back at other movies. I'm like, man, we
Yeah.
like. But to be fair, there are some movies where I look back and I saw when I was younger, and I look back on like, yeah, this movie's kind of problematic.
But even if it's problematic, it's not like it didn't fuck you over in any way, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I went back
It,
and watched. Have you seen Norbit? If that like Eddie Murphy movie.
have I seen what? Sorry.
Norbit.
No, I haven't.
But for context, in the movie, like the main character, Norbit, went to like kindergarten with like this girl,
Uh huh.
and they were best friends, and he actually liked her. But then they had to, well, they got adopted separately in like different homes, and then they
Mhm.
grew up separately, and they didn't see each other again for years. So Norbit
Yeah.
ends up growing up and marrying like a fat, like dark skinned woman, and
Mhm.
it kind of views like dark skinned women and like fat women in like a bad light by making them
Mhm.
mean and aggressive, and him hating her. And then at the end of a movie, he meets back up with his childhood friend. And she's like skinny and light skinned, and like the
Mhm.
movie's littered with fat jokes. Like it's littered. It's pretty. Like I feel like a lot of people. There's a lot of things that's problematic in this movie. Um,
But at the same time, it's just like telling a story. It's not necessarily like actually like I don't think like the directors actually fucking hate like fat people, right? It's just like a story
Yeah,
that they
but
were.
I think also people have a thing of well, it is showing people in a bad. I could understand. I am not denying people the freedom to be offended by these things, because
Mhm.
with some of these films, yeah, there it is offensive. Like some old movies, the way they depict like gay people, or the way they depict, I don't know, like Asian people or Chinese people, to be more specific, isn't
Yeah.
right. Like there are like if you're offended by something, like by all means you have the right to be offended. I just don't
Mhm.
agree with the ability of people telling other people what they can and can't watch.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing, like, what do you choose to listen to type thing.
Hmm.
Like, if someone likes a movie and you don't like it, then that's fine. Just like, don't tell them what to do.
And like let's say like you laugh at like you watch one movie that tells like a bunch of racist like Asia jokes, but then you have a problem when you watch a movie and it has a gay joke and it offends you.
Yeah,
It's like what? But you just laughed at all those like racist Asian jokes and
yeah.
and other jokes. How does that make that okay?
It's just so stupid. Like, people are so like, they have double standards with a lot of things, and it's just really funny to see them flip flop so easily. Like, with like, with like what they watch or like what they like or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like number one, they don't want you to be racist, but then they'll like yeah laugh at like something that's inherently racist or say something racist.
So what's Minnie's plan to fix cancel culture here?
I think honestly, I don't know. I think it's first getting people not being scared of, because like number one, like it's really hard to talk about racist topics without like feeling like you're being racist.
Yeah.
So I think number one is just getting that fear out of the way, and number two, it's just like making sure that like when people are making decisions, or
Mhm.
not decisions, when people are like watching films and stuff, and they're like, this is not that good. I think one thing that they should like take into consideration is like at the time, like really like what was like the time like back then?
Yeah.
Would they what was like the time back then? Would they like would this be allowed back then? Right? Because obviously it wouldn't be allowed now, but like half the shit that like people did in like the '80s or '90s, sorry, wouldn't be allowed now. And I think it's just like putting yourself in that time, rather than this one.
Mhm. I
But
think
like fixing cancel culture is like a slippery slope. I don't think you could do it. Do you think there's a chance from coming back from being a pedophile though? Like, do you think that's a
it
possibility?
depends on if you've acted on it or not. There are people
Mhm.
online and communities who talked about it who openly admit that they are pedophiles, but people who say, "I know it's wrong and I'm not gonna act on it." Um,
Mhm.
I don't
But
know.
like, let's say like someone's done it. Let's say someone's done it.
No, I
Could
don't
you
think it's a
forgive
bounce
them?
back because you're traumatizing kids, and that kid can never get their life back. Whether they
Mhm.
deserve to be in prison or anything, I don't know. Again, I think it depends on the severity of the situation.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're like doing like R. Kelly stuff and peeing on kids, there's no salvation from that.
Yeah. It's a very like hard. I don't. It's really hard like talking about some of these topics. Finding ways to kind of fix them is what's hard. That everyone can agree with.
Yeah.
You know. Because I don't think everyone can agree. Like even if someone's like a fascist, but they haven't done anything that they could change, they're always just a fascist. Which I could see maybe, but I don't know.
But we did have an interesting
I don't think we did
conversation.
either. We did talk about alpha males and everything.
I think if more people in the world would be Sigma males, then we wouldn't have cancel culture.
That is true. If everyone just like stopped taking everything to heart, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for listening to the Quirky Dorks podcast. Um, again, sorry, Fiel had to leave in the middle of it. He had a emergency, he had to go to do something. But it was nice having everybody on. It's good to have you on again, Minnie.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Yes, yes. And if anyone has any comments for future topic ideas, please leave them in the comments section. And if you would like to be a part of the podcast, drop us an email. Quirky Dorks Podcast email is in the description for any inquiries about what you want to do. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all in the next one.